Have you ever wanted something so bad that you were really willing to actually work for it? Or have you ever had the desire to be wanted so bad that someone was willing to work for you? We're going to talk about that today on the Unstoppable Journey podcast. I am so glad you are here. Welcome to my channel. You can catch this on your favorite podcast platform. And now the video part is also available on YouTube. So once again, I'm glad you're here. Let's get into this. Welcome to the Unstoppable Journey with me, your host, Camille and Moore. I'm so glad you're here. This is the place where we talk all things women. Again, welcome. Let me start off with this, and trust me, stick around. It's gonna all tie in together because this came upon me like without my permission. And I'm going to share it with you today. Now, if you're a Bible reader, or even if you were in Sunday school, you know the story of Jacob and how, he met Rebecca and he wanted to be with her. And then her dad was like, pump your brakes, Jay. You can marry my daughter, Rebecca, but what you're going to have to do first is work for me for 7 years. For 7 years. I mean, even if you let a company pay for your college, I don't think you have to stay at the company for 7 years. If they relocate you, I think you only got to stay for 1 year. Or you got to pay it all back. But in order to marry Rebecca, he had to work for 7 years. Now, 7 years was up. He like, yes, yes, yes. And I think somewhere it was like the 7 days seemed like nothing to him because he wanted Rebecca so bad. Like he was like, I don't care. It's on. So the wedding night, yes. Oh, he's finally going to get his paycheck. He's finally going to get paid in full. And the dad, Laban, sends the sister Leah into the tent or the bedroom or wherever they were at, right, to consummate the marriage. Because I guess it was favorable back then for the older sister to get married before the younger sister. So Laban pulled a fast one, snuck Leah in there, and Jacob consummated the marriage with Leah. Now, that used to baffle me a little bit because I'm like, how you ain't know that was her? But then again, how much, how much time together do they get to spend? It's not like today where we date a little bit, we really get to know somebody. Back then, they may have had some encounters, but they wouldn't have been like intimate, alone encounters where you could really get to know someone. So I'm going to give him a pass on that because I still can't wrap my head around how he didn't know it wasn't Leah. Okay, so boom, he wake up the next morning. What you mean this ain't Leah? What you mean this ain't Rebecca? This Leah. I'd have been hoodwinked and bamboozled. But never fret. Let me go on over here and talk to Laban. I want Rebecca. Laban like, okay. But she the youngest, so you got to take Leah too. Because she the oldest and she's unwed. So he was like, all right, but give me Becky. And then Laban was like, you can have her, but you got to work for another 7 years. And Jacob was like, bet. Because he really wanted Rebecca. He didn't want the consolation prize of Leah. And I don't want to make her sound like, as a woman, oh, you a booby prize, you a consolation prize. But her father set her up to be the consolation prize because that's not who Jacob wanted. Now, why am I telling you this story? I pray that this message finds young women all over America. I pray because I think it shows you what it looks like for a man to value you. This came, as I was saying in the initial, when a situation was just thrust upon me without my control. So my niece one of my nieces started college this year. So we go to take her to said college, and The girls was naked. And I don't mean like, oh, little belly showing or something, or some little shorts that weren't really that little. I'm talking about, you guys, I'm not exaggerating. I had never seen anything like this, like walking around in real life. One young lady had on some shorts, right? That was literally half of her booty cheek hanging out. Not like just the under, not just a little curve, the whole half of the buttocks was out and exposed for all the world to see. I was like, where'd they do that? And I was like, oh, I guess here, because she wasn't the only one I saw like that. And I don't want to say there weren't young ladies there who, were just dressed regular, got on a pair of jeans and a t-shirt, got on some sweats and a tank top, just regular chill out clothes. You're going to college, what you're going to study. But I saw the majority of the ladies that I saw. Now I didn't see every lady enrolled in school. I just saw the ones that were moving in on that date. And they was naked. Now, I remember when I was younger and I was growing up, our parents, grandparents, they would say, leave something to be desired, leave something for the imagination. And back then, we thought we was just off the chain with our tight jeans. We just had tight jeans. That's a tight jeans. Remember, you had to lay on the floor and suck in. That was about the extent of our fastness, right? But what really threw me for a loop was that some of these parents were with these young ladies. And when I tell you there was boobs up and out, there were many ladies with no bras on. Let me go old school. No brassiers. They was walking around with no brassiers on, y'all. And happy and free about it. And I don't mean just young ladies who, have modest chests. I'm talking about voluptuous young women. And I could go on and on and on about these outfits that I saw. Like, look, I was about to make an ugly face, but I don't want to make that face that I'm feeling in my spirit, right? But there was nothing left to the imagination. And matter of fact, some of the like little one piece Barker short type onesie tank topish situations, you could almost see through them. They didn't have on no underwear and they didn't have on no brassiers. And you could just see everything. So definitely there was nothing left to the imagination. Now, I know I have talked about modesty before various times, but how do we get it back? How do we get it back? I thought about doing like a deep dive of the progression of the neckification, but I opted not to do that. But what I think the point that I wanted to make, not I think, the point that I wanted to make was that Jacob saw something of value. He saw something of value and he was willing to work for it. And even though Leah was given to him easily, he didn't want what was easy. He was willing to work for what he truly wanted, what he saw as value in his eyes. And so I wonder how many ladies, and I'm not just talking about the young ladies. It just so happened that I was on that campus that day and was exposed to all this foolishness. But we see this in adult women, 30, 40, 50, dare I say 60, who are just scantily dressed. And I'm trying to understand why. If you guys know, like, and I'm not even trying to be funny. Please let me know in the comments, what is the draw of just showing all your goods? I know, like, when I was in my I don't know, like 18, 19, the little style was out with the half shirts. And so you had like just a little bit of belly showing, just a little bit. But our day, we wore like a rayon. Y'all remember rayon? We wore a rayon shirt over it, like a button-up rayon. So you just saw just a little drop. But even then, my mom used to be like, "You need to put some on your stomach." So I'm trying to understand in today's world, why is it okay to just show everything you have? And two, when I was dropping my niece off, and her mom and dad of course were there as well. They all flew in, and it was a big thing. Her brother was there, and we just love her. We're so proud of her. And so we're in the car, right? And I'm telling my niece, I'm like, listen, I'm not trying to be like rigid and come down on you. I said, but if I ever come up to the school and I see your booty cheeks out and your belly hanging all out and you looking nasty, there's going to be a problem. There's going to be a short enough problem. And I was explaining to her, it's because you're more valuable than that. And it's not even about a man wanting you. You should dress the way you dress for you. And I believe that the way that we carry ourselves defines or really shows or puts forth the value that we see within ourselves. So, I told her, I'm telling you this because I love you. And I don't want you to be, and she's a sweet, beautiful, super smart young lady. I don't want you to be looked at as a campus, what. I don't want you passed around, you know, because you feel like, oh, I want to be popular, or oh, this is what everybody else is doing. Everybody else naked. Let me be naked. Just the peer pressure, the whatever college campus that you go, because every culture at every campus is different. The culture at her campus seemed to be nakedness. Okay. So I don't want her to feel like she has to partake in that in order to, fit into the campus culture and have a good college experience. And maybe I'm taking it too far by saying that, but that's what I told her. Like, you be the difference. You don't go in and fit in. You go there and you be the light. You be the difference. You don't be the easy hat. You be the thing that Jacob has to work for. If said work has to be put in, you be the one that requires work. Don't be the one. Don't be the throwaway. Don't be the throwaway. And I know some of the men today, they walk around proudly with their girlfriends that are half naked. Now, I remember like my generation, which ain't that long ago, like my husband, who now was then my boyfriend, he'd be like, that skirt's short. And I used to think of it like, oh, you trying to control me? But it was more like, I'm a dude. Like, I know what dude's looking at. I know what it's about. So he always wanted me to go out, not looking like a nun, but just looking like I ain't about it. Like, don't step up because I ain't about it. And nowadays, men like want their girlfriends to look stank, for lack of a better term. We see it all in celebrity culture. They parade them around on the red carpets and everywhere else like pieces of meat that they have no respect for. And I was sitting at Target the other day waiting for a pickup order, a drive-up order. And, this couple came out of Target, and I'm not going to tell y'all what she had on because it might as well have been nothing. And then they left out and they went into Petco. And I was saying to myself, where's your mirror for one? How did you come across that outfit and put it on and looked and said, oh, yeah, I'm going to go with this? And then how does your boyfriend walk with you and don't be like, you look stank. Like, what are we doing today? Let's not do that. I don't understand it. It's like the men are losing their, I don't even want to say masculinity, but is that what it is? It's like they don't have a stand. That's what it is. They're losing their standard. A lot of men today, and there are plenty who do still have a standard. My brother just got engaged 2 Fridays ago. He got a standard. My little cousin has a standard. I ain't gonna tell you what he said because I'm trying to change his mind about that. My little cousin got a standard, and he has a view and an opinion, and I'm like, nah, that's not all women. That's not all women. Stay over here. But there's a reason why, you know, men, certain men have a standard, and then there's a reason why other men don't. And I'm trying to find the disconnect, like the men who don't have a standard, who will just take whatever you present to them and be okay with it. Like, you guys, I'm so serious. Please get in the comments and let me know because I don't understand. And I used to hate this term. I used to hate this term. My daughter used to use it too. Um, Body shame me. Don't body shame me. Don't body shame me. And I don't think we should shame anybody for anything, whether it's your body, your whatever. I'm not into shaming anyone. I think that we should correct and love. But I don't think love is letting you walk around looking crazy and not addressing it just because you say that I'm shaming you. Like my daughter at one point, she had gained a little weight, and I'm just like, girl, because they make it in your size, don't mean that it's for you. Don't mean you need to buy it. Don't mean if it doesn't look good on you, if it doesn't fit you properly the way the outfit was designed, then it's not for you, and that's okay. Nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that. We as women, we come in a variety of different sizes, a variety of different sizes. And so we have to learn how to buy clothes that are for our body type. And there is nothing wrong with that. So if Kim over here can wear this outfit, her shape, her size, or whatever, and then Crystal over here want to buy the same outfit Kim got, but her body is shaped different. And so it's not going to look the same on her, and it may be becoming to Kim, but to Crystal, it just looks all kind of wrong. Do we not say, hey, Crystal, um, I just love you. I want you to look your best. And that outfit doesn't really enhance your beauty. It doesn't, it doesn't add anything to you. But how about let's find something similar that brings out your curves or your whatever, or if you're skinny, like my cousin hated being called a bean pole and she wanted some hips. So it's not like it's just larger girls. It's slim girls too. It's all of us. Like, we as women have to learn how to embrace who we are, but at the same time wear appropriate clothes. And I also mean age appropriate too, ladies. Can we wear age appropriate clothes too? Let the teenagers have their clothes, y'all. Get the teenagers back their clothes, and you go and buy you some adult clothes. Buy you some adult clothes. Okay. I ain't gonna even get on that. So my whole point, like I said, not just for the young adults, but for every age range of woman. Be the woman that has to be worked for. And let me also just I'm just gonna drop this little tidbit, and I want to make a big deal about it. Be a woman that is accepting of a man being a man. My husband is like a manly man, like he a man, right? He's not a feminine man. He ain't metrosexual. Like, I mean, he get his feet done and stuff, but he a dude. Like, he's about it, right? That's compatible for me. I could not have a man that I could walk all over and run all over, because I come from a line of very independent women. We were all very independent. And so I had to unlearn some of those independent ways that I have. And I think that not all of, that some of the problem, in relationships today, that because we are such strong women in today's society, that we have pumped each other up and others have pumped us up to be like, I don't need no man. I got this. I could buy my own house, my own car. I could take care of my kids by myself if I have to. Like, I let you come to the party. Like, you enhance the party, but I don't need you at the party. And no man wants to feel like a woman is ruling over them. I don't care. It ain't God's design. You can be mad all day. It's not God's design. Now, a real man ain't trying to rule over you and control you anyway. My husband ain't trying to rule over me and control me. We are a team, but at the end of the day, does my husband have the final word? Oh, for sure. But I also know he always has my best interest at heart. And it took us a while to get here though. Don't get me wrong, because we were both like because we got married so young and we had such different backgrounds and you trying to change me, you trying to change me, and I'm trying to change, and it was just drama. And so we had to grow to understand what marriage really was. So anyway, I don't want to get off into that. I just want to, ladies, put some clothes on. It's not body shaming you to tell you to put some clothes on. It's not. I don't care what nobody say. I don't want to hear the word body shame no more. No more. Because if I look a hot stank mess, I want somebody to tell me, girl, why you got that on? You know, it's too tight, too short, whatever. And it really doesn't help. It doesn't help when I want to do air quotes, but I need to get my nails done. I'm really trying to take my nails off, y'all. That's what I'm really trying to do. Like I'm trying to soak them off, but I ain't done yet. So I want to give them a break. It doesn't help when we have the so-called women. Do it quick so y'all can't see them. Women of God, like in leadership and in the church and whatever, in bodycon dresses and they boobs out and I don't and like no modesty, like no imagination there either. I don't even know what else to say, y'all, because I don't know. I'm disappointed and I'm sad. I'm disappointed and I'm sad because I know that God designed us for much better. I ain't saying you gotta put. I got a tank top on. So I definitely believe in freedom to dress, and God ain't condemning us for having on a tank top and some shorts. But my shorts come down. My booty, it ain't nowhere near my booty cheeks. Like not even close. Not even close. So anyway, y'all, that's all I got. That's all I got today. Remember, let Jacob work for you. Be the difference. Be the valuable thing. Like I told my niece, you are the prize. You are the prize. You are not common. So don't dress common. Don't treat yourself common. Don't present yourself common. You are the rule. You set the standard, and you want somebody that has a set standard. All right. So thank you. Eventually, Jacob got Rebecca. He did. He got that girl. He got her. He got her. And that's all I got for you guys today. Thank you so much for tuning in. I'm going to try to be consistent and a little more regular. I just don't like to get on if I don't have anything to talk about. And the thing about y'all, let me say this before I get off. The thing about it is there's so much I could talk about in the world today. But I just like want to talk about positive things. Like there's so much stuff that we could talk about that's just like a hot mess. But I feel like we have so many other creators that have that covered that I want to try to bring like, encouragement and joy. And I don't want to tear people down and light and love. Light and love. But we have to talk about the hard things too. So I'm probably gonna have some hard topics coming up. But I'll be trying to like be so like but we can't do that anymore because time is short. Y'all have heard it. I've been here since I was little, but when I look around at the world today, I know time is short because the enemy is running rampant and we are allowing him to. You guys, get your daughters, put some clothes on them. Ladies, if you're an adult, put some clothes on. And I'm going to see y'all next week. Thanks for joining the journey today. Connect with me on Instagram and LinkedIn. And remember to join me the first Saturday of each month for a live coffee and chat on my YouTube channel.